it's Roxanne here with your fit test for our upcoming challenge. I'm going to show you several different moves in which I'm going to have different levels of modification. If for some reason, still with the modifications I give you, you have some limitations, just get with me, private message me, and I can give you an alternative exercise for that particular one. Here's the deal. We've got 2, 4, 5 different exercises focusing on different muscle areas in the body. We're going to do them for 1 minute each, 1 minute, with a minute break in between. If you need longer breaks in between, that is absolutely fine. Just make sure when you do your final test that you take the same amount of time that you took on your initial test. If you use modifications in your original test, at the end, after 3 weeks, after our 3-week period, after 3 weeks, you're going to use the same modifications. We're looking for growth in strength in the amount that you can do on these particular exercises. The first one, of course, is everyone's favorite. We're going to go on down and do some push-ups. I'll show you a couple different options. You're going for 1 minute, 60 seconds, 1 minute of push-ups with a minute break in between. I'm not going to do a full minute. I'm going to demonstrate a couple different options for the push-ups for you. So option number 1 is all-out push-ups on your toes. Making sure hands are just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Nice straight line, shoulders through hips, through ankles. And when you go ahead and time yourself or have someone do it for you, making sure that you're coming all the way down and all the way up. All the way down and all the way up. Of course, if you're going for time, you want to see how many you can get in a minute. That's your first option. If you need breaks, take a quick break, revive, and go again. The object is to see how many can you get in that 1 minute. Option number 2, modification. Push-ups on your knees. The shoulders, the hips, and the knees are still in line. We don't want any butts in the air. We're not doing a head bob. No head bobs here. You want to be straight in line, all the way down, all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. This is option number 2. Doesn't matter to me. This is all about you. So you find where you are. If you need the third option, that's fine too. You're going to go find a wall. You're going to angle yourself from the wall, whatever you find is comfortable, and you're going to come in and out. In and out. You may need to play with your hands a little bit and find what feels comfortable and see how many of those you can get in 1 minute. So you're either going on your toes, on your knees, or on the wall. That's push-up. That's exercise number 1. After you go for a minute, take a break. Drink of water, take a breath, stretch out, get ready for number 2. Our number 2 exercise is going to focus on your legs, your quads, your hams, your glutes, and it's in a good old-fashioned wall sit. So you're going to find yourself a wall, and you're going to come on down. You want to make sure when you're in your wall sit, knees are over your ankles. You don't want to have your feet too close so that your knees are over your toes. You want to make sure they're over your ankles. You want to try to come down so that you then have a 90-degree angle. You want a 90-degree angle with your legs. And you're going to just hang out for 1 minute. You're going to try to get there. That's option 1. None of this stuff. This starts to help you. It's hands-free. If you think, you know what, I need more than that. So option number 1 is to see out of that 1 minute, how long can you do just this? So if after 20 seconds, you need a quick break, take a break, shake it out. And you come back down, and maybe you get 10 more seconds, so you might have done 30 seconds total out of the minute. That's absolutely fine. If you've got a minute wall sit, once you hit 30 seconds, you're feeling pretty good, go ahead and grab a weight. Or 2 weights, whatever you've got. Load it on up, holding the weights. If after another 10, 15 seconds, you got more, go ahead and add some more weights to see how much weight you can get. So once you hit 30 seconds, Add some weight on. The object is that after these 3 weeks, you're going to be able to hold it for that whole minute, adding more weight on. If you don't have weights at home, that's okay. Simply grab some books or some catalogs or something that has some weight and place them. Just remember which ones you use and how many you use, and you can keep on adding to see how much weight you can get when you're in that awesome good wall sit. Exercise number 3. This one is going for some core strength. It also has upper body strength in it. It's called plank ups. That's option number 1, plank or hover. So let me take you down and show you what this looks like. Again, this is for 1 minute. Most advanced option first is going to be what we call a plank up. You're going to start in a plank. You're going to go on down to a hover, and you're going to go back up to a plank. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be the most advanced option. How many can you get of those in 1 minute? You can do that same option on your knees if you need to. You can start in a plank. 1, 2, if you need to go to your knees. If a plank up is not where you're at right now, and that's okay, it takes a long time to get here, you can go for a hover or you can go for a plank. You're trying to see out of that 1 minute, how long can you hold it? If you need a break in the middle, take that break, jump back in. See how many seconds total out of the 60 you can hold a plank or a hover. So a plank would be here. And you're just going to hang out and try to get to a minute. If you need a break, take a break and then come back up. Pulling your belly button up to your spine is going to be the key. If you need to do it on your knees, you can. Or you can go for a hover. If you're more comfortable here, you can hover. Or you can even hover on your knees. What you want to be careful of is that you're not doing this. You want to pull your belly button to your spine, put your hips in line with your shoulders and your knees. You want a nice, straight body. So out of 1 minute, if you're doing the plank ups, how many can you get? If you're doing the holding of the plank or the holding of the hover, how many seconds total out of the 60 can you hold it, even if you need to take breaks? Goal is trying to get more. You want to get more at the end of 3 weeks than where you start today. All right. Exercise number 4. Crunches or sit-ups. Doesn't matter to me which way you do them. Whatever works for you. If you are just maybe starting to get back into the abdominal workouts, especially if maybe you've had a baby, you've had some surgery, you've been out of exercise for a while, sit-ups are probably not going to be for you. Also, if you have back issues, maybe not going with the sit-ups. You might want to stick with the crunches. A little safer on your back, and also more protective for your body. So for sit-ups, and if you want to grab something, this is not the best example, but you can do it with your couch or whatever you have. You can tuck your toes under or have somebody hold your toes with a sit-up. All the way down, all the way up. 1. Kind of reminds me of PE class in high school. Oh yeah. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. As many as you can get in 1 minute. If you need to go with crunches, that's absolutely fine. All the way down, you can have hands protecting behind your neck, gently on your head. Not holding your head, not pulling up. Oh, this is wrong, don't do that. You want to think open wide with your shoulders and your elbows, crunching up, crunching down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Either way, however many you can get in 1 minute. If you need a break, take a break. Jump back in it as soon as you can. Even if you jump back in, you do 2 more. You take a breather. You do 2 more. Take a breather. That's just fine. Whatever it is, you want to see maximum number that you can get in that 1 minute time. Then take your 1 minute break and come on back for the last exercise. Our number 5 exercise is triceps, going for the back of the arm. Oftentimes, This is a place we miss. We don't always work it. Therefore, it tends to get weak pretty quickly. A lot of times people are talking about biceps. You also need to have strong triceps, the back of the arm. That's the wave factor. You know what I'm talking about. You gotta get those arms ready for tank tops and for spring and for summer. So, with triceps, I have a couple different options for you. The most advanced option is going to be what we call a tricep dip. You're wondering what the ketchup's for, just wait, it's coming. Yeah, tricep dip with ketchup on top, no kidding. Okay, so, first one, tricep dip, most advanced option for your 1 minute. How many can you do? It's going to be straight body. You have your palms on your chair, going all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, up. As many as you can do in 1 minute. Take a break if you need it. Get back into it. A second option, which is a modification, is going to make it just a little easier, but you got to be careful. I don't want you doing the butt drop. It's not a butt drop, but check this one out. You can keep your knees bent. You're still using your arms. Check out my arms. Your elbows are pointing to the back of the room, all the way down, all the way up. It's not this. Although this is super cute, that's not what we're talking about. All the way down, all the way up. As many as you can do. This may be advanced for some of you, and that's okay. Those are tough. Remember, it's a muscle that we don't always work, and so therefore you may not be super strong with triceps. If the dips are not for you, here's another option. Here we go. You can use a weight. If you don't have a weight, grab something. Soup cans, gallon of milk. This perhaps happens to be a 2-pound, 8-ounce bottle of ketchup. You're going to go overhead, keeping your elbows in front of your ears and close into your head. You're going to come all the way down and all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. I want you to see how many you can get in a minute. It doesn't mean you start to do this. No, this isn't it. It's all the way down, all the way up. You got to use good form. Just because you're doing it for speed and you're trying to get as many as you can, if you're doing short little ones, you're not doing yourself any good. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. Again, you can use it with something you have in your house. You can use it if you have a weight or a dumbbell. That would be fine. If all you have is soup cans, you can even grab 2. You could grab 2 soup cans, hold them together all the way down, all the way up. If you need a break, take a break, shake it out, and get back into it for 1 minute. So there's 5 different exercises, 1 minute each, with 1 minute break in between. You'll be done in less than 10 minutes. You need to record. You have to have a good record of where you started so that after 3 weeks you're going to know where you've come and where you've gone. You're going to be able to see the progress that you made after 3 weeks of focusing on strength training. I'm going to go ahead and type these up for you as well so you'll have some notes to reflect on. You need to get yourself a piece of paper and a pencil so you can write down how many you do and or how many seconds out of that minute you were able to do whatever the pose was or the hold was that I wanted you to do. So good luck. The next 3 weeks are going to be super fun. Perhaps a focus area that many of you haven't worked on. And at the end of 3 weeks, we're going to see some stronger and some more confident people. So here we go. Have a great one, and I'll see you at the end.